Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and I'm going to attempt to try to show you how to draw something like this. And all you really need to remember is 20 inches and 6 inches. So take a 6-sided polygon, and then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees to get that sharp edge to the that side. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. With your ratio lock, make it 20 inches. Okay. Now, the other formula is a 6-inch line. Take a 2-point line, make it 6 inches long. And you could probably play around with this. Let's make it black so it shows up. Let's hit P, put it in the center of the page. Let's select everything and hit T like in Tom for the top. Let's bring in some indexing lines and hit P. So we'll know where the center is. Let's take this line, move the center rotation to the center, and rotate it 60 degrees. I didn't make a duplicate. Control D, make a duplicate, and then rotate it 60 degrees. Now you could have made these two lines a little bit thicker so you could see them a little bit better. I made them black, but there we go. So I've got those two lines. Now, instead of continuing this line, because these parts are equal, I'm going to bring in indexing lines and have it snap to that node and snap to that node. And then I can delete these lines. And because I'm not selecting the polygon, now I'll take a 2-point line, because if you didn't do the indexing lines, they're going to, and you need to be on that node. Let me see if I don't have snap to guidelines. I don't have snap to guidelines on. So let's start over with that. Just delete that. Snap to guidelines on. So it goes that intersection, that intersection. Now what we want to do is Control D and make a duplicate of that line. Move it to the center. And I always make sure it is, because sometimes it doesn't look like it. Control D and make a duplicate and rotate it 60 degrees all the way around. Now we can take away these indexing lines, or we can actually hide them. So we're just going to hide them right now. We're going to take the Smart Fill tool and fill this in. And now we have that shape. I'm going to move that out of the way. Delete that. Put our new shape back in the center by hitting P, left click, right click, and now we need another 6-inch line. We could have probably kept one of those. And we're going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to bring my indexing lines back. Pretty cool that you don't have to erase them, because now I've got the two in the center. We can actually delete these two. We just need the 2 one. Pick on your line, and with the 4-point cross, move it to the center. Move your center rotation to the end of the line, and make Control D and make a duplicate, and rotate it 120 degrees. Control D, now you got 2 lines. We can actually take away the indexing lines now so you can see it. And then just take a 2-point line and go from that to there, from there to there. What we're doing, we're making some little octagons that are off center. Octagons or polygons or whatever you want to call it. Now let's set our nudge factor on, that's 18 inches. Let's set our nudge factor on 20. Let's take the Smart Fill tool and just fill these in. Doesn't matter what color, because that way we got a new shape here. So we're going to left click, right click. That just happens to be on the fault of the page, but that doesn't matter. Go up to Objects, Contour, and we're going to contour 1 time to the inside point. Let's just go 0.3. And then all you have to do is hit your new shape. And I think I saw something move, so I'm going to back up. Yep, it moved. Whenever you see something gently move, just gently go backwards. So now we have our new shape. we can actually delete this and we can nudge it back over to the center. And now here's kind of the part that'll, either you have artistic ability or not. We're going to color all these in with a gray or any color. We're going to control G to group that, and then we're going to control D to duplicate it, and we're going to rotate it 180 degrees. That one needs to be on the back of the page, so we're going to go Object Order Back of Page, so our new front. And then this will be where you show your artistic ability. You know, what you need to do. I would suggest ungrouping everything. Ungroup all. And then you could color these in with a lighter color or darker, I didn't get the line itself. With a lighter color, and maybe the ones in the back a darker color. So if you have that happen, well, that's grabbing that, so I ought to be able to put a color there. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's nudge that up. I nudged it down. Huh, it's filling it in, so I don't know what is actually there. Maybe it's a ghost. Sometimes you'll get ghost boxes if you have that fill in. And this is where you're just going to have to play with your shading, what you think needs to be where. You know, if you think the back needs to be darker, or the light or the front needs to be darker. See, there's another ghost. There we go. And I'm by far no expert in this type of stuff. But you can already see that this is in front of the octagon. So you might want to make this dark. Whoop, got another ghost. And then make these light. So you can definitely tell that it's in front of it. And you'll just have to play around with it. It's personal preference. That doesn't look half bad. Little shading more. I am going to right-click No Outline, and you could have an outline and you know, show it off, make the outline a little thicker. It's so big it probably needs that much of an outline. But that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to attempt to try to put a ball inside there and see what happens. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.